Fantastic. Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our call. We are so happy to have you here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stephanie McNamara, and I am just wanting to start off by saying thank you for your willingness to grow. It's just so interesting how simple Arbonne is as a business, right? The job description couldn't be clearer. We invite, we present, we share, we solve problems, we sell, we sponsor. The tricky part is what happens when we start doubting ourselves, when we get discouraged from the no's and the ghosting and we lose our rhythm. Can anybody relate to that? Has that ever happened to anybody, losing your rhythm? Yes, right? Totally. And I want you all to know, you probably know this in your head, but I want you to really know and really feel it deep to your core that everyone feels that sometimes. Everyone feels that at various times in their business. The difference is what happens when you get discouraged and you think about it for yourself. Do you get into your own head and go down a terrible rabbit hole of doubt and allow your business to come to a screeching halt? Has that ever happened to anybody? Has anybody let their business come to a screeching halt? Yes, right? That happens. We're human. The possibility of making a better decision is what we're talking about with this circle of excellence. Instead of hanging out with the people who are all too quick to tell you that Arbonne isn't worth it, this is an invitation to lock arms with people you admire and respect, not just because they're great women and men, people, humans, but because they are great Arbonne consultants. And every single VP that has been invited to this group are the best of the best. Everyone is amazing and inspiring to me. Every one of these women has made an incredible difference to me. They've taught me something. They've raised the bar. They've blown me away by their strengths, by their generosity, by their thoughtfulness, by their encouragement, their support. So we've all heard that expression, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with the most. We're all familiar with that expression, right? Does anybody get scared a little bit when they hear that and they're like, maybe I'm hanging around, maybe there are people in my life that maybe don't have such a great positive influence on me? Well, that's okay. We can still love those people. But when it comes to your inner circle, because all of us are CEOs in this business, we own our Arbonne business. Every CEO has a protected inner circle. And I'm telling you and begging you to protect your inner circle, because no one can succeed without one. So we are locking arms with the most impressive people that we can think of. And all of you are on this call because you are also impressive, because you are choosing to level up in the summertime, when there's lots of other things that maybe are tugging at you. And I want to remind you of Whitney Haynes, because I know many of us were, deeply affected by her training that she did a couple of years ago. She had prayed. She was a region. I think she was at 13,000 or something in August. And she was just praying for one new PC. And she ended up getting 5 in that month of August. And she promoted to nation in January. So whatever your mindset is now, and your excitement about belonging to a circle of excellence, know that this is possible for you to whatever degree that you want it. The maybe feeling of being alone right now, that can all change for you. But it only changes because of what you do. So I don't know what your financial situation is right now, what your aspirations in Arbonne are. I don't know what keeps you awake, tossing it, turning at 3 a.m. But chances are, if you're on this call, there is something tugging at you. So you are in the right place at the right time. So what are we going to do here? We have a Facebook group that you're all going to be invited to after this call. The commitment is doing the DMS, Daily Method of Success, or Daily Method of Operation, 5 days a week, and post. Can somebody please mute yourself, whoever you are? There will be a post in the page under which you will post a pic of your DMS sheet in the comments section. We're not going to be checking up on you. Although I've got to tell you, I will always be looking at Polly's because Polly's is always full. And I find it thrilling and totally inspiring to see how you work, Polly. But this accountability piece is for each and every one of us. Just like the reason that we said yes to leveling up, it's a private reason for you. We do this business for us and we show up for our why. My why, it's Robin. That is completely my why. I want to make our life as great as I possibly can. I want to make sure that I am fully alive in my potential and giving Robin his best life. And I want to give myself my best shot because I know there is so much in me to give. So what's going to make this difference for you now? How is this going to be different than any other challenge that you've ever done? Of course, it's your commitment to your why. And I invite you all, in fact, I urge you all to re-engage with your why by telling your why, if it's a person, or if you live alone, to tell yourself about your new agreement. Journal it, write it down, go tell yourself in the mirror, film yourself doing it, have a conversation about it. But the other level is the opportunity to lock arms. And it's not just a saying. I want you to think of that image of people locking arms for a journey. When one person falls, you don't let go. Nothing breaks the chain. You drag them, you drag them, you drag them. They're like on their knees, scraping their knees. You cannot walk for them. You're dragging them. And eventually, the person will put one foot in front of the other, or they won't. Our job, our blinders in this, should you agree, is to not let go. I'm asking you not to let go. Up until now, your output, your productivity has been related to your why, and sometimes we let our why let us off the hook, but not today. I want your commitment to each other be so strong that you don't dare let yourself off the hook. This whole idea came to me from the Eric Worre video that was embedded in the invitation. And as I watched that, all the bells were ringing. Because how often do we think we have no one to talk to? We either feel it or we think it. And this is maybe the biggest lie that we ever tell ourselves. We've got to get good at meeting new people. It is, after all, called network marketing. I feel like people forget that aspect to network. The number one challenge I keep hearing over and over from people that I work with is I keep going back to the same people and they don't need more stuff. They don't want to buy more stuff. Well, the goal ultimately is for us to make so many new connections and to focus on serving others. The goal is for no one, not one of us, to ever feel like they have no one to talk to. I know LA is super populated, but I looked it up. There are 3.86 million people in LA, a density of 8,405 people per square mile. How could I ever possibly think that there's nobody to talk to in LA? So maybe it's not as populated where you live, but I guarantee you there are heaps of untapped people for you to connect with. All the strategies that Eric Worre spoke about are gold. And on top of that, we have social media. So our circle of excellence here is about intentionally working with excellence and creating the habits that will make this doable and duplicable and fun. So wouldn't you agree? Raise your hand if you feel that being of value is fun. Being of value is fun. Having an impact, making an impact is fun. Having more money, is that fun? Is that fun? Yes, it's fun. So for the next 40 days and beyond, for as long as it takes, but we're going to work in this 45-day chunk. We're going back to basics and we're going to treat ourselves like the badass businesswomen we are. There's no shying away. We are going to take the bull by the horns, captain your team, sail your ship, whatever expression you prefer. Give us your best. Give yourself your best. Give others your best. Because when you do, you'll know that all of this is worth it. We quit when we forget that it's worth it. So I've asked our beautiful VPs to share with all of us what they are fighting for. Because we've all been in Arbonne a long time. So let us get the ball rolling. Who wants to go first with sharing what you're fighting for? Sandy, you want to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, yes. Go, Claire. Go.
I'm going to change that. I'm going to say what we're winning for, if that's okay. And I have no idea what I'm going to say. But first of all, I want to just acknowledge Stephanie for putting this together. You're just so amazing and full of love. And I want to acknowledge everybody else for being here. Everybody is so busy, and you just are really making an impact being here for yourselves as well as all of us. And Arbonne has changed. The world has changed. And, sometimes that makes us think, oh, it's not the same. And then we get, those doubts. But you know what? What's winning here is that we are on Zoom with so many people around the world. We would never be doing this. I mean, maybe we would, but we wouldn't be here all. We would be in our cities, doing our own meetings. But the fact that we're all here is huge and very powerful. And I think we have a lot to learn from each other because we're spread all over the world. Okay. And it's been, a lot of us have been in Arbonne for many years, and maybe you're not where you think you should be. You're not alone. I believe we can all say the same thing. But, I want to honor you for being here. And also, this is a time for us all to level up together. The momentum that we're going to create in the 45 days is going to be huge, right? It's going to be huge. But I, want to, invite you to challenge yourself, right? When you don't want to do it, do it. And if it's not for yourself, do it for somebody here. Just do it. Because there's somebody out there that needs Arbonne, and we've heard this so much. Somebody needs either the products or the opportunity. And the consistency that's going to help us get through these 45 weeks and the momentum all together is going to be huge. And do not shame yourself if you miss a day or you have a bad day. It's completely normal. We are all the same people. We all have the same things going on in our mind. And sometimes we think just because somebody has a different title, they don't have those same doubts. Well, let me just tell you, that's BS. We all have those same doubts. And a title is a title. Like, who cares? We are all the same. We're all human. We all have something to give to each other here. So, please, let's just all level up and do this together. So I'd like to pass the baton to somebody else.
Are you want me to? I'll go ahead and go. Claire, thank you for kicking this off. Steph, thank you for doing this. We all love your energy. We all said immediately, Steph, you have to do the talking and you could actually do it in song, I swear. You just bring so much passion and love to everybody here, and you are just one of a kind. But, I love what you said. And everybody's been in Arbonne for a little while, whether they've been using the products, they've been building the business, and no doubt you've hit roadblocks, right? No doubt, no one's just soared. Well, going on 15 years here, I can tell you I did choose the road less traveled. Like we all get excited, right? Everyone signed up as a consultant. We all got excited. We saw the prize and we go, yeah, that's going to happen, because for many people probably on here, you've probably excelled in what you've done before. Well, network marketing is a whole different animal, right? Most people didn't come in, didn't kind of ever think they were going to do something like this, right? And you have to grow through that. So I would say for everyone that every time you hit a roadblock, which I always say to someone, it's a very, very wiggly road with many potholes in it, but if you keep going, you'll pull out of them. And I'm coming from someone, to be honest and real here today. In 2.5 years, I went region. I'm really grateful about it. But guess what? In 2 years, I lost that and building it back. And you know what? I never thought I wouldn't do it. I just said, okay, this wasn't what I expected. You do kind of go, you do get a little bit deflated. I'm not going to lie, but you go, what your why is, which my why is. I'm in my 60s. I want to be at retirement and living life large, but not just that. I love giving back and I love doing things with nonprofits. And like Polly and I were talking earlier, we've been totally obsessed with everybody in Africa right now, South Africa, seeing the very top leaders in this company being on that safari and just feeling it with them. But here's the deal. Every single one of them is just like every one of us. And they just said, you know what? I'm going to go through the potholes. I'm going to go around the bends. I'm just going to keep going because I know why I want to do it. I'd never leave. I love this company. I love this business. And honestly, one of my biggest reasons being in here is I've never been around such a positive community. We get to pick who we work with. We get to pick everything that we get to do. And I'm so grateful for my team, and I'm so grateful that they said yes. And no matter if it's a bad day for them, a good day for them, whatever it is, I'm there for them no matter what, and it's a family that you build. And that's my little piece.
Okay, I'll go because I can't stand silence. So hey everybody, I'm Polly Brothers and I'm in Birmingham, and thank you so much, Steph. And y'all, so for me, I think that I have a quote on my bulletin board and it's by Michael Jordan, and it says, let me read it. I hate to lose more than I love to win. Anybody else? Think about that for just a minute. I am extremely competitive with myself. I always have been. And if I say I'm going to do it, by God, I'm going to do it. It's very rare that I quit. There are things that I quit or that I pivot on or change, but also I think the most important reason why I keep going, is because I made a commitment to myself when I started, and, Arbonne gave me something to really strive for, to work for, to set goals and to achieve them. And I was introduced to Arbonne. I'm not going to tell you my whole story, I promise, because we don't want to be here forever. But I was introduced to Arbonne. I am going to say my truth, though I have to. When I was 45, and I was 4 years sober, and by the grace of God, and I did not have a quote like dream or vision or anything for my future. And this is why it's so important for us to share, you guys, and to get over ourselves, because it's not about us. Arbonne gave me that, thank you, Andrea, she's on here somewhere. I saw her picture. There she is. Thank you, Andrea, for being brave and for sharing Arbonne with me. I could never in a million years have imagined what my life would look like today, 22 years later, by the grace of God and by, just all of the amazing support I have. I could never have imagined the richness that my life has. And I'm like Sandy, I would never quit. I would never not offer this anymore to somebody, because every time I get afraid to say, can I share Arbonne with you? Or can I share what I do with you? I think to myself, like our past president would say, how dare you not? How dare you not? And the older I get, the more I realize that so many people, it's so true that everybody has that sign on their forehead, make me feel special. They want to feel special. It doesn't matter who they are. I don't care who they are. They're still just a person. And so the older I get, the more I realize that. And I just look beyond the outside of like whatever, the scary outside, because sometimes it's scary, and I realize it's just so not about me. And that's what I think for me, I could never quit this because it's changed my life so much. So why would I not? This is not, and also I never feel like I'm working, by the way. It's always fun. So it's not always fun. Let me take that back real quick. It's not always fun, but it's always rich and it's always rewarding. And so that is why I am still here. So thanks.
I'll go really quick. It was wonderful to hear from all of you, and it's great to see everybody's faces. I'm Linda Balaban, like it says on the screen. I'm here in Los Angeles, and I have been a part of Arbonne for about 14 years, and I will just say that I am the least likely person to have become successful at this business. I did promote to the regional vice president level. It took me about 6 years to get there. People blew past me along the way. I am the kind of person who gets really knocked off the horse really easily with no's from other people because it triggers a little bit of childhood trauma for me. And somehow I was still able to build a business that led to about 2,800 customers, including consultants, out of 2 people, you guys. 2 people led to 2,800 people over the years. And those 2 people, I didn't know them. I did not know them. They were not people in my warm market. So if you're feeling like you don't have a warm market, it's okay. I have a warm market, but they, weren't coming to shop Arbonne or work with me in Arbonne. And I used to think, and just getting to the reason why, thank God I had this business because, like Rita Davenport used to say also, is prepare for impact. I, like you, Polly, I had no vision for my future. I didn't think I needed one, but I definitely had a little bit of FOMO when I learned about this model. And I used to think the word hope was pathetic. It made me feel like, oh, if people need hope, there must be something really wrong or really broken. And I have really come to understand that hope is one of the greatest qualities that is built into successful people, because it's having a vision for something different in the future. That's part of it. And right now, this business prepared me for massive impact. My husband believes he's alive today because we had that extra income. And anybody who knows a little bit about our story may understand why that's true, because sometimes trauma can take a person out of their ability to earn. And you just never know when you're going to need, this extra money. And here we are in Los Angeles. If you know anybody in Los Angeles, most people in the entertainment industry are not working right now. So think about who you know in the entertainment industry, because, they need to be prepared for impact at some point in the future, because this could happen again, right? So anyway, I am building because I need to have hope ever present in my life. And I know that there are millions of people out there who need hope too. So that's me. Thank you, Stephanie, for doing this. Wonderful.
Amazing. Marie-Sophie?
So yes, I'll go next. So different from many of you, I'm Canadian. I live in Montreal. I was born and raised in French. And when I joined, honestly, full of hope, but really didn't know where to start, if I was deserving it, if it would be worth it. Also, I was working full time, but soon I said I deserve more. I deserve more time with the people that I love. I need to be, being an employee was making me kind of a slave. I wanted to please people. So I was doing so much for others. And I said, why wouldn't I put that energy into myself? So that's what I did. I gave myself a chance. And yeah, and Linda, don't worry, it took me 6 years too. And I feel that I'm grateful to be an RVP, but I think it's even better when it takes a little bit more time, because you have the time to look at your journey and see your little wins. Yes, it's not easy, like Polly said, but it's empowering. Everything that I do, even though I have a bad day, I know I'm at the right place because I'm doing it for my family, for my friends, but also for me. And I always said that it wasn't about money, it was about freedom. But I learned a little bit, like Linda said, that freedom, well, what is freedom for many people? It can be different things, but freedom for me is being able to be there for someone who needs me, or I want to be with that person whenever I want or whenever I can. And yes, impacts are like, it's constant. We cannot see when they're coming. Sometimes they hurt you like real bad. Sometimes it's someone near you. You can be there for them. So for me, it's really that. It's that freedom that Arbonne gave me. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. Maybe you didn't need that freedom. Yes, money, it's life-saving. But for me, if I can have more and more money, it's really to spoil the people that I love, help people that needs it. I don't feel like I need a lot of money, but in a way I do, just to give it away. So believe in yourself. I wasn't believing in myself, and still to this day, I doubt, but it's okay. And we'll do that journey all together, and trust us. I've been in Arbonne for 17 years. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay there for, some people will say, when will you retire? I will never retire, because sometimes, yes, it's true, we feel that we don't really work because we're having like so much fun. We have this family. Those women that you're listening to right now, you will see, they will change your life every day by little things. And don't be shy. Reach out to us, reach out to anyone you're hearing right now. We're here and we're all full heart for you. That is to us, Arbonne, is your success more than ours. It's what we do. We love to give, and it's all started with Stephanie. She's amazing. She has a heart of gold. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, ladies. I love you so much. And I pass the mic to
I'm always like a weirdo, but you know, ditto to everything that you guys said tonight. Like honestly, I came into this business because I simply just didn't want a boss anymore. I don't know, I have something with people telling me what to do. And I didn't want to do that anymore. And I have to tell you that this business has given me so much more than just not having a boss. This community, these women that you really uplift you and really want the best for you. Like I've never seen that anywhere else. And this is what we want to do with you guys here. Like this is for us too, not just for you guys, but for us too. We want to really like hold hands and really just, we know we have an amazing company. We know we have amazing products, and we know that we have an amazing opportunity. We just need to get out of our heads, get out of our way, stop overthinking it, and just really do what needs to be done to be able to really live the lifestyle that we all know we deserve, and that we can give our families and give out to everybody else. So that's what I want to share with you tonight.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nada. Thank you. Thank you. And Buffy, last but not least, and we're at our time, Buff. So we'll have chance to hear from you during lives, but what can you give us tonight before we go?
Hi, everybody. I will say that my invitation to everyone on this call who's choosing to join this group is that you start acting as if. I have a new consultant, and she said something really funny to me the other day. She came to an event with me and her sister, and her sister said when they got in the car, Buffy looks expensive, right? And I don't know what that means, but I kind of thought, you know what? It's because I'm acting to the best of my ability and presenting myself as if I am a national vice president. And I took that on quite some time ago. And I up-leveled, a lot of things. And one of the things that I'm guilty of from time to time is asking people to do other things for me that I could do for myself. Or such as creating language for something, or finding out information about something, and I just want to invite everyone, obviously, if you need something and you cannot find it, you need to ask and not waste your time. But if you were a national vice president or a regional vice president or an area manager or whatever you aspire to, and you were leading a team of people, you might be operating differently in regards to your Arbonne business. You would be taking on this leadership role, and you would be providing what needed to be provided for your team. And everybody's at different levels. There may be some brand new people on here. And if you're brand new, that doesn't necessarily apply to you. I mean, it could, but there's things that you need to ask for and learn and know and grow into. But that's what I'll say right now is everyone needs to start acting as if.
Love it, Buff. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for reminding us of that. That's so key. So key. So smart. Thank you. So everybody, thank you for all of what you shared. Thank you, everybody who is joining us, who felt compelled to do this. So just to recap, we're going to do the DMS 5 days a week. You choose what day works best for you. You post it in the comments section under, there'll be a header of, post your DMS. Every week, we're going to have a homework assignment just to make sure we're particularly focused on something. And it starts today, friends. It starts today. This week's focus is going to be on affirmations. In the welcome post, as soon as you get welcomed onto the page, go to the welcome post. It's pinned. There is a welcome message, and then there is a list of affirmations. I recommend do yourself a favor. Why not do yourself a favor and start and end your day with those affirmations? It will make such a difference. And if you feel it's not your thing, I just invite you to explore it for a week and see what happens when you're doing that twice a day. Just to make sure you understand, this is not about us checking up on whether you're doing something or not. It's about really leading yourself with an urgency because you've locked arms, and with a commitment because you don't want to wallow in any kind of shame. You don't want to go into this shame spiral. You want to get into conversation with people who will help you so that you can work your stuff out and get back on track. We're entering the field. No one falls here. Keep an eye on the featured section of the page. Turn your notifications on. And in the reading part of the DMS, by a show of hands, who is reading a book at the moment? Is everybody pretty much reading? Okay, so if you are reading, fantastic, finish reading what you're reading. We're going to have a list of about 5 network marketing books. We will maybe do a book club later on, but let's finish off what you're reading. But we're going to put an emphasis on network marketing books. And if you are used to listening, audio is great, but I encourage you to dedicate some time to actually read 25 minutes a day. You can do 10 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. There's something about stopping the distractions and giving yourself that focus time that is going to be absolutely beneficial to you and your mindset and your ability to grow. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, friends. I am excited. We are all excited to lock arms with you, and the commitment that we make to you is a way for us to strengthen our resolve as well. So it is a mutually beneficial organism here that we have. And thank you for saying yes, because I just want to keep my arms like this. You know that British Bulldog? Did you ever play that game, British Bulldog? In Canada, we play that game where you have to run across the field and you have to throw yourself through a chain. Well, my little nephew broke his ankle doing that because it got a little savage. But that's the image that I have. Am I going to keep my arms strong for whoever I am next to? So, oh, thank you, Netta. So, thank you so much. Yeah, Red Rover, we call. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Red Rover. So one more thing we talked about doing was if you guys will get with your VP or whoever invited you and send them a little bit about yourself and whatever, we would like to post a little bit about you. So the group we get to know each other as well. And that was Marie Sophie's amazing idea.
Beautiful. Thank you, Polly. And thank you, Marie-Sophie. All right. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap it up here?
I want to see who's in. I want to see who's in this. I want to see who's going to like do this.
Maybe we could put a little, just say in. There you go. We can post a DMS sheet, Linda. That's a good idea. Just in case people don't have one, but some people use, like, I use this book. It's whatever you use, but I use this, but some people just use a regular DMS sheet, whatever.
And also, Steph, you're going to post that Eric Worre
In the featured section.
In the featured section. It's a great thing to listen to over and over, guys, because he just has some amazing suggestions on how to build your network.
Absolutely.
And then, if this wasn't mentioned already, make sure that you pin this group so you know what's happening. And we're going to be doing a lot of communication in the Facebook group. We all know you're so busy and we don't want to create another Zoom on top of all these other Zooms and everything else going on. So please check in at least once a day on that in that Facebook group.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with this. Love you all. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in the Facebook group. Love you all. Thank you.